So here we have the second pop-punk album by Machine Gun Kelly, and it's called Mainstream Sellout. Was originally supposed to be called Born with Horns, but he kind of changed it for, I guess, the reason of people calling him a sellout for going the pop-punk route after losing to Eminem in a rap battle. Yes, I will not let him live that down, that he attacked Eminem and left the rap genre after Eminem responded and went to pop punk and think he won the battle overall, because he really didn't. Okay, yeah, the albums are selling well, but like, you left the genre, my dude, and you've shown how worse you've been in a different genre. Like, I'm not saying that Machine Gun Kelly doesn't and shouldn't support pop punk. If he does, it's fine, but it's just like, know your limits, and there's just limits that he always seems to cross when he just does this genre overall. I mean, his last album, Tickets to My Downfall, was just a... You could definitely tell for a man who at the time was in his late 20s, now he's in his early 30s, that he's just definitely playing the poser. Like, none of this feels genuine at all. It's just like, you're a grown man with a child or a kid. I don't really know how old his daughter is, but, you know, you're a father. You're in your 30s. When are you gonna start living down this whole emo, I'm sad thing? Because even though it might never go away for some people, it's just we become more adult with this stuff, and you're just, I don't know, you're singing about your exes and a lot of this stuff, even though you're engaged to Megan Fox. So at that point I wouldn't be complaining even. I would just be like, you know, fuck my exes. I'm about to marry Megan Fox, and I don't really think that relationship's gonna last all that long after the marriage. I hate to say it, but a lot of these celebrity relationships just don't last. Some do, but a lot of them, especially one that's so in the spotlight, doesn't. But anyway, enough jammering on with that, let's get to this album. I did find a couple that I actually liked, maybe was cool, and of course Papercuts, which if you watched my year-end list on my main channel last year for 10 best songs of 2021, this was on the list at number 7 because I did actually enjoy it. I like the brain stew inspired riff, and although Machine Gun Kelly's vocals still aren't great, they're better than usual, and I feel like he needs to kind of keep going with that. I'm not saying make the same song, I'm just saying that's where his limits really show, and he understands his limits, and I think he does it well for what it is. Then in the OK tracks we have Born with Horns, the original title track. That was the first track. I think it's a nice kickoff, but you could have had something else there. And then A was one of those weird, unusual ones because, you know, for a guy who's switching to pop-punk, he definitely stayed more with the rap genre on this one as Lil Wayne comes up. And really, Lil Wayne's the reason I think that this track made okay as opposed to good, because, well, Lil Wayne just, I don't know, not one of his best verses. He ends up saying something like, he smells like Guns N' Roses, and in my head I'm like, so you smell like alcohol and drugs. That's a pleasant smell. Plus, MGK says that he cut his hair off like Britney, and I'm just like, dude, after all she's been through, now that she's finally free from her conservatorship, please just stop mentioning that. It just seems a little too soon in my opinion, but that's just something that's very nitpicky. And then we got the rest of the album, God Save Me. We have Drug Dealer, which is just like, Lil Wayne's also on that, and he doesn't do anything. Maybe does have Bring Me the Horizon, by the way, and I think they do okay, or at least they say Bring Me the Horizon, but it's mainly just Ali Sykes and probably Jordan Fish doing some of the production. But saying Ali Sykes and Jordan Fish might not bring in the streaming the streaming listens, so they have to put Bring Me the Horizon on there. Then after Drug Dealer, we have Mainstream Sellout, that official title track, and I mean, it's just MGK basically just recycling and saying what everybody else has said, so I don't really see how that's like savage. It's like, great, you're just like a child where we're you know, you're hearing us say, oh, you're a sellout, you did this, and you say you're the king of this new genre that you're doing, even though it's been done for years, way better and all this stuff. It's like he's just echoing what we said, and it comes off as very childish. Then we have Makeup Sex, which features Black Bear, and I mean, Jesus Christ. Emo Girl featuring Willow Smith. I will say, Willow Smith fits fine on this song, because she's a little younger, so it feels a little bit more, you know, like, I feel that angst there. But MGK, again, is a man in his early 30s, talking about how he wants an emo girl, which again, there's no problem, but again, this just comes off as some edgy teenager singing about this girl that he fell in love with that just so happened to be emo. I mean, like, whatever. We have 5150, which is basically just, you know, that means you're crazy in some sort. I don't know, I looked it up on the internet. It's pretty interesting. World War IV, which, hey, MGK, Coulson, buddy, we have to have World War III first, and that hasn't happened yet. Hopefully won't, but with the way things are looking, I'm not sure. So, yeah, I don't know. It's just another one of those, like, short, like, a minute and 10-second songs that's just kind of, like, there. Then we have Fake Love, Don't Last, which features Ian Dior. It's just boring. Die in California, which features, let's see, Gunna, Young Thug, and Landon Barker, the son of Travis Barker, who sings the chorus. And again, it's just boring. Like, this whole song, you're just falling asleep because nobody's really doing anything of significance. And the fact that Landon Barker is doing vocals, it's like, wow, just, you know, do what your father did. Not necessarily play drums, but just don't sing. Because at least Travis Barker probably knows that he can't sing. So he just does what he's best at, and that's playing the drums. Now, I think Travis Barker's son is a rapper. I can't be too sure about that, but I'm pretty sure he is. Plus, Churches made a better song about dying in California on their recent album. They did it a whole lot better. It didn't sound obnoxious. It didn't sound boring. So, you know, sorry, already been done. We have Sid and Nancy, which is talking about wanting a relationship like that, where, you know, basically the whole murder-suicide thing. And then we have Twin Flame, which, again, is another homage to Miss Megan Fox, his fiance, where he kind of just lazily sings. And I get it, this song's supposed to be a little bit more softer, but it's just really lazy. He throws in like a phone call in there between him and Megan Fox, which I mean, I guess that he got her permission to use it, so there's no big deal there. In the end, it's just like not a great way to finish an album, really. Even after it's over, I'm just like, that was not great. And for attempt number 2 at pop punk, it just seems like he didn't really learn from the first album. He just kind of took everything that went wrong with it, attached it to here, and had some good elements just like album number 1, but he never really got it going. He never really used that potential that he could have, and squandered it for, at best, some mediocre to really bad songs that have no substance to them whatsoever. And I can just hope that maybe he'll be done with this for a while, but with the success these albums have been seeing, I highly doubt it. He'll probably continue to sell out and just continue to do this for a while. I don't think he's going to go back in the rap game for a bit. So, or if ever, he might never go back at this point. But yeah, that's basically all I have to say about this. I think a 2.5 out of 10 for this album suffices. Like I said, maybe give the 4 songs that I don't hate a listen, but other than that, I would not recommend this album to anyone. I would not make you sit through that almost hour-long abomination because, well, it would be a waste of your time and your ears would be left bleeding at the end of it. But yeah, you can tell me in the comments below what did you think of this album, and until then, stay safe out there, wear your mask, get vaccinated, and I will catch you all in the next one.